Scientists put procrastinators in an MRI machine, and what they found was shocking. When you procrastinate, it's not because you're lazy. It's not because you lack discipline. Your brain is literally wired differently. And once you see what's actually happening inside your head, you'll never look at procrastination the same way again. Give me 4 minutes. I'll show you the brain scan proof. Let's go. Okay, so here's what the research shows. When neuroscientists scan the brains of chronic procrastinators versus people who just get stuff done, they found something wild. Procrastinators have a larger amygdala. That's the part of your brain that processes fear and threat. But it gets crazier. They also found that the connection between the amygdala and the prefrontal cortex, the part that plans and makes decisions, is weaker in procrastinators. So what does this mean? It means when you face a task, your fear center lights up like a Christmas tree, and your decision-making center, it can't calm it down. So your brain does the only thing it knows how to do, avoid the threat, which means you procrastinate, not because you're weak, but because your brain is trying to protect you. Now, here's the thing. Your amygdala can't tell the difference between a real threat, like a lion chasing you, and a perceived threat, like a difficult assignment. To your brain, they trigger the same alarm. So when you look at that essay, that project, that email you need to send, your amygdala screams, danger, uncertainty, potential failure. And because the connection to your prefrontal cortex is weak, your logical brain can't step in and say, hey, relax, it's just an essay. Instead, your brain floods you with cortisol, the stress hormone. Your body tenses up, your thoughts spiral, and suddenly scrolling TikTok feels like the only safe option. This is called temporal discounting. Your brain prioritizes immediate relief over future reward, because in that moment, avoiding the discomfort feels better than facing it, even though you know you'll regret it later. And here's how you know this is happening to you. You've probably noticed this pattern. You sit down to work, you feel that wave of resistance, that tightness in your chest. So you tell yourself, I'll just check my phone for a second. 5 minutes later, you're deep in a YouTube rabbit hole. And now you feel worse, because not only did you not start, but you also wasted time. So the guilt kicks in, which makes the task feel even more threatening, which makes your amygdala freak out even more, and the cycle repeats. This isn't a willpower problem, it's a neurological loop. Your brain is stuck in a pattern where avoidance equals safety, and every time you procrastinate, you reinforce that pattern. You're literally training your brain to see the task as a threat. So how do you break it? You can't just push through. That doesn't work, because you're fighting your brain's survival instinct. Instead, you have to hack the system. Here's what actually works. Step 1. Shrink the threat. Remember, your amygdala responds to perceived danger, so you make the task less threatening. Instead of, I need to write this essay, you say, I'm just going to open the document. That's it. No commitment to write, just open it. Your brain can handle that. The threat shrinks. Step 2. Activate your prefrontal cortex. Your logical brain needs a boost, so you physically move. Stand up, walk around, do 10 jumping jacks. Movement increases blood flow to your prefrontal cortex. It literally strengthens the connection that's weak in procrastinators. Now your decision-making brain can actually do its job. Step 3. Start for 2 minutes. That's it. Not 20 minutes, not until it's done, just 2 minutes. Because once you start, your brain releases dopamine. That's the momentum chemical. And suddenly the task doesn't feel like a threat anymore. Your amygdala calms down, your prefrontal cortex takes over, and most of the time, you'll just keep going. Not because you forced yourself, but because your brain chemistry shifted. Here's why this is different from every other procrastination advice you've ever heard. Most people tell you to just do it, or build discipline, or stop being lazy. But that's like telling someone with a broken leg to just walk it off. You can't willpower your way out of a neurological pattern. You have to rewire it. And the only way to rewire your brain is to prove it to you over and over that the task isn't actually a threat. Every time you shrink the task, move your body, and start for just 2 minutes, you're sending a signal, see, we're safe. Nothing bad happened. And over time, your amygdala learns. The connection to your prefrontal cortex strengthens. And procrastination stops being your default response. It becomes the exception, not the rule. So here's what I want you to do right now. Think of one thing you've been avoiding. Now ask yourself, what's the smallest possible first step? Not the whole thing, just the first tiny action. And do it, right now, before you click away. Open the document, send the first email, read one paragraph. That's it. Prove to your brain that it's safe, and watch what happens. Drop a comment and tell me what you started, even if it's tiny, because that's how you break the pattern. That's how you rewire your brain. Let's do this.